So when looking at the thoraco-lumbar junction where one part of the spine meets another part of the spine, it's been suggested that the upper facet joints are more coronal, so they encourage rotation, and then the lower parts of, or the inferior joints at the T12 segment are more sagittal, so that encourages flexion extension. So you've got really a meeting of two forces which can make it vulnerable, particularly to strain. So in walking, for example, when the thoracic spine is moving one way compared to the lumbar spine, there is a potential, as the eyes are kept looking forward, for mechanical strain. So rather there being an abrupt change in the angulation of the facet joints, again, what's more likely, and is often likely, is a gradual transition. So what we have is, as we move down the thoracic spine, we have a gradual transition from coronal, rotational, to sagittal, which tends to act as a dampening mechanism or a buffer to straining. So when we are adjusting these areas, what we're really looking to do is to try and avoid too much rotational strain through these segments. And often, or more often than not, certainly in my case when I'm looking at these, the actual adjustment that we're putting through is more of a flexion or extension adjustment in line with the more sagittal plane of the lumbar facet joints. We need to bear in mind also the anatomy in this region, the nerve supply to the different viscera, and the muscle attachments. Now, when looking at the mammillary processes, particularly at T12 and around T12, there is research and it has shown that some of the mammillary processes are actually quite larger. Now we know that the multifidus muscle attaches to the mammillary, and that's a strong rotator of the spine. So again, it suggests that this area here acts more as a dampening mechanism from the rotational forces coming down and the flexion extension forces coming up. So as with any joint and any area or any segment of the spine, what we should be able to do is to adjust it in a number of different ways, whether that's lying face down, whether that's lying on the backs, whether that is maybe lying on the side, because most segments have 2, 3, 4 movements, and most segments need sometimes 2 to 3 adjustments on the same segment. So we need how to do that. So the way I tend to do this is on the table, prone, on the high-low table, which I'll show you. Okay, so come to the thoraco-lumbar junction, patient's prone on the high-low table, the abdominal swing away pieces moving. So we find the right segment, so we're counting up. Make sure you count up so you know you're on the right area. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12. Okay, so we're coming into there, take up a little bit of the skin slack, and then we can just use our contact in just very gently over the segment. This is T12. So this hand's coming in to support, and the actual adjustment is more sort of inferior to superior as opposed to straight down. There is an element of straight down, but it's more this way. Okay, so if you let your tummy muscles relax a little bit. Okay, come off gently, gradually, just let the muscles relax.